Let's talk about IWC. It is so good to be back home from Watch the Wonders. It was an amazing experience, and one of the brands that I wanted to take my time on, not just do a quick overview video at the stand, but really talk to you guys about is IWC. They went all out. It was all about visual storytelling, bringing in the Ingenieur, the 70s inspired retro futuristic designs, and then mixing it with this high intensity action. It all kind of worked together with the watches that they had on stand. To me, that was fascinating because I love that side of watchmaking. It is 2025 and the Ingenieur is back, but this time in new case materials, new case sizes, new dials, and even introducing a new complication. So in this video, I want to talk about some of the watches I got hands-on with, but let's kick things off with the Ingenieur 40 Automatic in this new green dial. This reference comes in a 40mm stainless steel case with the thickness of 10.8mm and features the IWC manufacturer caliber 32111. Now the watch is gorgeous. The olive green dial with the gold accents, it just somehow works. It just offers a different experience on the wrist. But to me, what's even more interesting is the story behind this watch. This model is inspired by a bespoke Ingenieur that is worn by Brad Pitt's character Sonny Hayes in the upcoming blockbuster F1 the movie. So it is cool to see IWC creating a limited edition production line based on a bespoke prop watch. And this movie is going to be big because the director is Joseph Kosinski, and we know that all of his movies are awesome. I mean, he has put real actors in real F1 cars and in real Grand Prix tracks, which explains not just the action cameras attached to the car at the IWC booth, but also the significance this watch has on the overall design of the booth. Next, we have a trio of Ingenieurs Automatic in 35mm case size. These come in at just 9.4mm height and look incredible on my 6.2-inch wrist. We have two versions in steel with either black or silver dial variations and one version in a solid 18-karat 5N gold case with a matching gold-colored dial. All three references come with the automatic caliber 47110 that beats at 4 Hz, offering 42 hours of power reserve. And despite being smaller in size, the attention to detail is unmatched, with functional screws on the bezel, incredible brushed and polished finishing throughout, and color match date windows at 3. Now, I have slim wrists, but the 40mm still works fine for me because of the way that the bracelet just drops from the lugs. So if you have smaller wrists, I would suggest just trying both of the 35mm and the 40mm version before you decide which one to go for, because integrated bracelet watches typically do have a stronger wrist presence. So it's more of a matter of visual preference than fit in this case, because both of these, they fit really well on my wrist. We now also have a more luxurious 18-karat 5N gold version in the 40mm case size, but this time it differs from the steel model in a few ways. Firstly, the case is now slimmer at 10.4mm instead of the 10.8mm of the Ingenieur Automatic 40 we just saw. Secondly, we now get an exhibition case back with the sapphire crystal through which we can admire the automatic manufacturer caliber 32111 with 120 hours of power reserve. Both the 35 and the 40mm red gold references also feature solid 5N gold applied indices on the dial, with each marker individually set by hand. Okay, now we get to the fun stuff. IWC has been experimenting and revolutionizing ceramic for decades, so it's no surprise that we have a marrying of this iconic watch with this emblematic material. We now have a highly technical, highly sporty Ingenieur constructed out of black zirconium oxide ceramic in 42mm, making it both lightweight and robust. Instead of the mixed brushed and polished finishing we see on other variants of the Ingenieur, this reference features a matte sandblasted finish that matches its stealthy look. The movement inside is the in-house caliber 82110 that beats at 4 Hz and offers 60 hours of power reserve. Now, I did wonder why the power reserve was halved from the caliber 32111 that we saw in the Automatic 40. And I think that has to do with the intention of this watch. This is intended as a performance watch, and the movement choice reflects that. The in-house caliber not only offers brilliant finishing, but it also features IWC's Peloton winding system that improves both the shock resistance and the winding efficiency. Also, the components in the caliber 82110 that are subject to high levels of stress are now also made of ceramic, making them virtually wear-free. And these small technical details result in a movement that is highly robust. Lastly, within the Ingenieur collection, we have the Ingenieur Perpetual Calendar in a 41.6mm steel case with a thickness of 13.4mm. Now, I was very excited about this watch for two reasons. First of all, this features a Kurt Klaus developed perpetual calendar movement. So it's not every day that we see this combination of a watch where we have these two legends behind it. Gerald Genta's design and then Kurt Klaus's technical might. This watch is powered by the IWC manufacturer caliber 82600 with a beat frequency of 4 Hz and offering 60 hours of power reserve. Even in this case, you get 100 meters of water resistance with a screw-down crown, making it truly an everyday, highly versatile perpetual calendar. I've said it before and I'm gonna say it again. High-performance sports watches that aren't just sporty in the way that they look, but in the way that they perform. To me, these are the future of mechanical sports watches because these are the watches that truly differentiate themselves from the mechanical watches of the last decade. We've been seeing this trend rise, but this watch, let me read the full name. IWC Big Pilot's Watch Shock Absorber Tourbillon Skeleton XPL. This is truly incomparable to anything else we've seen in the market, especially from a technical perspective. Not only we have a unique IWC patented spring protect system that uses a cantilever spring to cushion the movement and suspending it inside the case's shock absorbing system that the brand spent over 8 years developing, it now comes equipped with a tourbillon that can withstand, here's the best part, 10,000 Gs of force. That is mind-boggling to think about. That's the level of force that a supersonic jet experiences at extreme speeds. So yeah, we can talk about the purpose of having a tourbillon in a wristwatch all we want, but it doesn't take away from how impressive this watch is in terms of proving its ability to be so robust that you put a tourbillon in a shock-resistant watch. That's a flex. IWC and their relationship with Formula One is legendary. It's iconic. And now we are seeing these new watches being worn by the drivers. It's not just a brand placement anymore. The watches embody that performance, that high performance of the F1 drivers and the G-force that they experience in their cars. Okay, now I want to hear your thoughts. What were some of the standout models for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.